well. Obviously, this is not my normal day for filming, and I think it's been almost a month since I've actually filmed a video, so I did want to start off this video with a little bit of an update because there's been a lot happening in my life. It'll only be like a minute or two, but if you do want to fast forward, feel free. But basically, this has been the only time where I've really had a chance to sit down and film a video for a solid, I think, like 3 weeks. And I don't want to get into too much detail because some of this is family stuff and I want to keep that private, but basically 3 or 4 weeks ago, one of my family members passed away. So we all flew out for about a week, a few weeks ago. And then immediately following that, like literally I flew back into town where I go to school. The morning after I got back really early, I had an exam and then it was finals week. And then the day immediately following finals week, I had 2 days of interviews for a company that was really far away and I had to drive. They offered to fly me, but it just wasn't gonna work. But yeah, the interviews were very intense. It was like an interview dinner that went until 11 p.m. and then early the next day all the way until like 4 p.m. we had straight interviews that were like almost an hour long each, back to back to back, except for like a quick lunch break and like an interactive networking session. So super intense, but I think it went well. But I mean, who knows? The other candidates, they had them there with us all interacting, probably to like watch us and see how we interacted together. So I don't know, all the other people who were there seemed really smart and nice too. So who knows what's gonna happen, but hopefully I will get the call next week, so we shall see. So I just got back late last night. I slept until 11 a.m. and normally I just happen to wake up at like 7 a.m., 6 a.m. naturally. So that says a lot about how tired I've been. But I do hope you guys have been doing well. It is winter break for me now, Christmas break, whatever you want to call it. So I have a solid like over a month off. So I am so excited to just have tons and tons of free time to read and film for you guys. I want to be uploading like 3 videos a week in December and January. But I have some boxes, one from Book of the Month and one from Nocturnal Readers Box. You guys know these are the only 2 book subscription box companies that I personally really have liked a lot. Not sponsored, of course, but these were sent to me, honest reviews, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the drill. So first I'm going to do Book of the Month, and I won't go through the whole spiel because I'll just link my video below where I talked about it, but I do have a link where you can just get your first book for $5 and you get to select it. But Book of the Month I think is really good if you are cheap and you just want 1 book a month and you don't want to be paying the $30+ for other stuff thrown in the box as well. Okay. It's Christmas themed. So unfortunately, I don't have scissors. I managed to lose my scissors, but I did use a nail file to open this, and it's a crystal nail file, so it cracked and broke inside the box as I was opening it. So I really don't have a single way to open this. I'm gonna go search for a pair of nail clippers. I'm gonna cut the video off right now because this could take a really long time. So the inside of the Christmas themed box looks like this. I think it's a hair ribbon. I'm not sure. Am I gonna pull a Violet from Series of Unfortunate Events? Anyone know what I'm talking about? Ooh, okay, I'm very excited immediately because inside is an author's name I can see peeking under here that I really love, and that is Megan Abbott. So they have a bookmark in here that says, "Nobody writes about teenagers better than Megan Abbott." I agree. So this book is called You Will Know Me, a novel by Megan Abbott. What is the name of that book that I read by her that I adored? You guys are gonna know what I'm talking about. It had like the mouth on the cover, I want to say. She writes really dark thrillers for teens, kind of. So I'll read the summary and be right back. So the previous book I read by her had to do with cheerleaders in high school and family issues and friend issues. This one looks like it has to do with gymnasts. So kind of a similar theme, but I just absolutely adore her writing style. It's really dark and acerbic. Highly recommend checking her out. Next is The Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. I think I've seen this one around before. So it sounds like this could possibly be told from the point of view of a girl named Natasha who is very focused on just believing in science and facts, a boy named Daniel who's always been a good student, never a dreamer, and then I think it might be also told from the point of view of the universe. You guys can't see that there. So I'm gonna be honest, this is not generally the type of book I would gravitate towards, but that's why something like Book of the Month is good to kind of push you into areas you normally wouldn't read. So let me know if you guys have read either this book or something by the author. The cover of this book has me attracted to it immediately. This is Pull Me Under by Kelly Luce. And does this cover remind anybody else of, what was that book I read? The Devil in Nanking. Just read the inside cover and it sounds like something that sounds twisted that I would really enjoy. So it's about a young girl who's overweight, who's bullied, then her mother dies and her father doesn't offer her much comfort. And then it says this all on the inside flap. Then she murders the bully and becomes institutionalized. And I should have said this takes place in Japan. So she moves to the States to kind of take on a new identity. So that's why the cover looks like that. But definitely gonna be reading this one over break. Then the second to last book is Whatever Happened to Interracial Love, Stories by Kathleen Collins. So it says that this is a collection of newly discovered and never before published stories by the late Kathleen Collins, a brilliant yet little known African-American writer, artist, and filmmaker. So I've definitely been meaning to read more short stories lately, so I'm excited to go ahead and check this out because I think I've only read maybe 1 or 2 short story collections that I've really liked, so we shall see. And then the final book is Swimming Lessons by Claire Fuller, and this one sounds very familiar. So this one sounds very intriguing. It's about a husband and wife and their 2 daughters. The mother always writes letters to her husband and then hides them in her books. And then one day people believe that she drowned at sea. And 12 years later, the daughters still don't believe that she ever drowned. They think they see her, and then they discover her letters and I guess try and piece apart the mystery of exactly what happened to her. So I am super excited for book of the month. And again, I have a link down below where if you want to get your first book for just $5, I'll put that down there. But now we have my other favorite subscription box, which is Nocturnal Reader's Box. So Nocturnal Reader's Box is a small company that has these boxes that are always filled with very creepy things. And yes, they cost $35, I want to say. I'll put the link below to their website. But in comparison to other boxes I've seen where you're paying $30 for like 1 book and some like random shit that I don't really want, I generally love all of the stuff in their boxes. I actually don't know what the theme of their box is this time. One I opened was circus themed and one was like the bitter cold. Ooh, is it like sexual themed? Because I see something that says sexy. Okay, that makes sense. So the theme for this month, it says, is vanity, and I don't want to read this because I don't want to get spoiled yet, so let's just go ahead and open it. So first we have a little thing of tea, and I'm gonna say immediately I thought this was a little thing of earplugs because it said pigs and I thought that said plugs. My first thought went to like, your roommate's having sex, so you need to put earplugs in? I don't know, that's just where my mind went. I'll do a close-up of the stuff inside this box, but last month they had a really cool The Shining pen, and this time they have a pin that says, do you even read, bro? So generally, I've said this before, I'm not a big pin person, but I really happen to like the ones that they send. Okay, so here are the 2 books in the box. I've noticed that they tend to have, it seems like, 1 classic and 1 newer book. So the classic is The Picture of Dorian Gray, which I do not own, and I've been meaning to read for a really, really long time because you guys know I don't read a ton of classics, but A Picture of Dorian Gray is definitely one of those classics I've always had my eye on reading, and it definitely fits with the vanity theme. Then the newer book is called Extreme Makeover by Dan Wells, and it says that a scientist who works for a health and beauty company is experimenting with a new anti-aging hand lotion, and it says that something has gone wrong with the lotion, so it's actively overriding the DNA of anyone who uses it, turning them into a physical clone of someone else. So sounds very creepy and weird. There is a fair amount of other stuff, but I'm gonna hold off and look at those because you guys know my favorite thing inside of these boxes are the prints. They always have some kind of graphic print that's a little bit creepy. So let's see what the one for this box looks like. We'll pull it out together. Ooh, oh my god, that's revolting, and I love it. It almost looks like his face is made out of candle wax, I assume, and it's melting off. I swear to god, when I finally have my own big apartment, I'm gonna have all of these arranged together, and any guy I bring home is gonna be like, I think she's gonna put me in a trash bag. We have a little, I don't know what you call these, patches that people tend to put on their jean jackets. I'll probably just set it somewhere, and it says reading is sexy, and I agree. So they have some Nocturnal Reader Box socks, and what do they say on so they say I love me, and it says hashtag Sock Sunday, so I'm assuming this is a joke because there is that thing where people like to show their long legs next to their books while they're reading in their beds. I've never understood that trend, so someone please explain it to me. So now we have some bookmarks, and I really like these, and they remind me a lot of that picture that I have hanging up in my room where it's kind of the skull but also a woman looking in a mirror. I have to admit, I'm not generally a bath person, you know, just those people who do those Lush hauls, and I'm always just like, why are you spending $80? So generally I'm not into that kind of stuff, but I'm very excited about this because it says it's a blood bath bomb, and it says you don't have to bathe in the blood of your victims to stay young. Drop it this cinnamon and clove bath bomb in your tub. So very excited for this. I'm probably gonna wait and do this one at home at my parents' house when I'm home for break because they have a much bigger, nicer bath than my little dinky one. So I have to say, this is like one of the happiest times I've been opening 2 boxes. I just really enjoyed everything that was on the inside, and again, you guys know I'm always honest with my reviews. If I didn't like something that was in one of these boxes, I would be honest. If I thought something was overpriced, I would be honest, but I think both of these companies are really reasonable for what you get. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys are dealing with finals right now, I'm sure you're gonna kill it, but I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you look forward to a ton of videos from me for the next month. Bye.